Interviewing can be a daunting process, but it needn't be with the right level of preparation. A common interview framework is the STAR method, which is a powerful tool to showcase your experience effectively. The STAR technique stands for situation, task, action, and lastly, result. Okay, let's start to break all of this down for you. The S in STAR stands for situation. It can be tempting, or inevitable, to include all sorts of unnecessary details, particularly when your nerves get the best of you. But if the hiring manager asks you to tell them about a particular project or achievement, they want an answer they can follow with a bit of structure. You need to strike a balance between providing enough information versus providing far too much and losing your audience. 2 or 3 sentences should be enough, and try to use language that resonates with the interviewer, such as a high-level overview of the technical environment or key statistics that highlight the significance of the situation. Let's explore an example. A data analyst is asked to talk through a significant achievement in their current job. A good response would be, "In my previous role at Cathay Pacific, during a quarterly review, we noticed a concerning 20% drop in customer engagement rates, which directly impacted our revenue. My goal was to investigate the underlying issues affecting these metrics." This sets the scene before going into your tasks, and the interviewer can always ask follow-up questions at any point. The T in the acronym stands for task. In our example, we began by giving a broad overview of the situation to establish context. Next, provide a more detailed explanation of the specific tasks you were responsible for. My task was to identify the discrepancies in our data collection processes and develop a method to ensure the accuracy of our customer engagement analysis. At this stage, I focused on understanding our existing ETL processes, reviewing SQL queries, and assessing how data was being transformed and stored. Now that you've given the interviewer a sense of what your role was, it's time to explain what you did. This is your chance to really showcase your contribution, and it's worthy of some specifics. Dig in deep and make sure that you give enough information about exactly what you did. Did you work with a certain team? Use a particular piece of software? Form a detailed plan? Continuing with our example, I began by conducting a thorough audit of our data collection processes, which included reviewing the SQL queries and the ETL pipeline that transformed raw data into usable formats. I discovered that our ETL process was omitting certain data points due to an incorrectly applied filter. To rectify this, I collaborated with the engineering team to adjust the filtering criteria and implemented additional data validation checks using Python scripts to ensure future data integrity. Finally, share the results of your actions. What was the outcome? Use quantifiable metrics, if possible, to highlight the impact of your work. As a result, after implementing these changes, we saw a 15% increase in accurately reported customer engagement rates over the next quarter. The marketing team was able to tailor their strategies based on reliable data, leading to a 10% increase in customer participation in our events. This experience not only improved our data accuracy, but also fostered better collaboration between teams. It's also a good practice to reflect on the lessons learned during the case study. Think about what went well and what you would do differently if faced with a similar situation again. This not only demonstrates your ability to self-evaluate, but also shows your commitment to continuous improvement, a quality that interviewers greatly value. To recap the STAR framework: situation. Briefly describe the context, outlining the goal or desired outcome. Task. Specify your responsibilities and objectives in this scenario. Action. Discuss the specific actions you took, highlighting your strategies and collaboration. Result. Conclude with the outcomes using metrics or feedback to demonstrate your impact. Our career case studies can be applied to all manner of interview questions, examples of which we have explored in our Essential Interview Questions video. Good luck preparing, and we hope you have found this helpful.